it's me Monday. I'm sorry in advance for this video because I have the flu. I got it yesterday and I had to call out of work, and today it's not getting any better. I haven't been able to see my girlfriend since Saturday because I cannot let her get sick. She works 5 days in a row, and that just would not be cool to get sick. But yeah, I don't even sound like me, and it's bothering me. And don't expect much from this because it's just anyway. The topic for today is coming out to your loved ones. I don't remember the exact title it is called, but it's pretty much that. Well, all of my stories are kind of different, but most are pretty positive, so I'll start with that. About 90% of the people I came out to handled it fantastically. Like, two of my best friends were like, I don't really want to hear about it. Like Saturday. She was like, I don't want to hear about it. It's not Saturday, she is Friday. Excuse me. My friend was like, I don't want to hear about it, It's okay that you're bi, but I just don't want to hear about it. And that lasted less than a month before finally we would start talking about it, because it's not in our nature. At least then it wasn't in our nature to keep things from each other. Christine, Tuesday, it was harder for me to come out to her because she was one of those preppier looking girls, and I figured she wouldn't appreciate it. But I was very obvious about it. Like, we would go to Barnes and Nobles and I'd be scoping out ladies. She didn't say anything, but when I finally came out, she was like, yeah, I know. And then my old best friend, she's the one who helped me realize my sexuality. Well, or admitting it, rather. After going through denial, she was like, Melissa, you like girls. And I'd be like, no. Finally, I came out to her and she was like, duh. Basically, most of the reactions were really, really good, but I did have a couple bad ones. Like, my best friend, childhood best friend, I came out to her through a message. I know it is not the best way to come out this one. I really feel like you should vocally, verbally come out to them. But with her, I knew it would be bad, because she is a very heavy Christian, and for the longest time she would believe that you should not even associate with LGBT people. So I wrote her this really long message. I let her know I didn't have any feelings for her. She was my sister, but I was bisexual. And she wrote me back and was like, that's a sin. You can pray to God and it will go away, and I won't associate with you if you have a girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. And I yelled at her. Bless our hearts, we put one of our mutual friends in the middle of this. Like, I would tell the mutual friend how hurt I was, and she'd tell her. It's very confusing. And I was just like, how can you say I'm sinning? How can you judge me? Isn't that a sin? It's very, very, very emotional. And finally, we went through baby steps, and we're still going through baby steps, because she realized that we had invested too much time in our friendship for her to throw it away, and I wasn't going to throw it away unless she did. So it got to where we just never talked about it, never. Then sometimes it would be brought up, but I always had to bring it up. And once I dated my girlfriend, Coco started taking the bigger baby steps. Like, she was saying, how were we doing, and she'd listen to me when I needed advice, and she even said that she'd be okay if she lived with us. It's very exciting. Lastly, last of the bad reactions that still turned out okay. My mother. This one takes a lot of history, and 1 second I'm going to check and see how much time I have for this video, because I don't want to like have to start again. So you're gonna see my hand for 1 second. Sweet, I have enough time for this story. So this story ranges back in May 2009. I came out to her when I believe I was 15. Bad idea. I really don't think you should come out to a parent when you're not emotionally ready. Like, I still feel like 16 was too young, but for me, it was just, at that point, I couldn't keep it anymore and I had to come out for real. But I think I was emotionally stable enough that, I can't stress that enough, before you come out to a family member or a close friend, you need to be emotionally stable. Like, you can't allow yourself to flip-flop on the decision. You certainly can't tell them when you're still questioning, because then it'll just cause a lot of stress and confusion. So the first time I came out to Mom, I did it face-to-face. We were driving home from Barnes & Noble's, ironically, and I told her that I like girls. And she had already been going through some stuff, so she obviously was not in the right mind. She would yell at me. She'd be like, if you love me, you'll tell me you like guys. She was like telling me all these fake stuff about lesbians. She was like, they're promiscuous, you'll never find a healthy relationship, they eat each other's food. Stuff that made no sense, and she's even admitted it now. It made no sense. But, eventually I just ran back in the closet because it was going crazy. Like, she would just be, like, crying to me and making me feel bad. Finally, I just went back in the closet, and I was just like, I can't do this. And that lasted for about a year. And finally, we were talking one day in her room. It was late at night. And she was like, you know, I love you no matter what. And then I just started crying. And she was like, what? And she was like, you can tell me anything, Alyssa. And I was like, no, I can't. And she was like, yeah, you can. I was like, but I told you that I like girls. You made me feel so horrible. I'm crying hard. And she looks at me, and she's like, very quiet. And she's like, do you like girls still? I was like, yeah, I do. And, you know, she'll still say some things. Like, she says I'm confused a lot, and I have to, like, I've noticed I am more emotionally stable enough for this, because that year when I first came out, and she'd say you're confused, I'd be like, I might be. Now I'm like, Mom, I'm not confused. You have to look them in the eye and, like, make that very obvious, or they're going to have hope, and it's just going to cause more pain. You have to look them dead in the eyes and be like, I'm not confused, this is a part of me, Mom, or Dad, or whoever. So eventually, she's gotten more tolerant about it. She still has her hard times, and I really don't like emotional videos, which is why I'm saying this in a more lighthearted manner, because I'd rather not be crying hysterically while telling you the story. Whew. Anyway, I don't feel good, guys. And you get the point. Maybe we'll go back on the subject about family specifically eventually, so I can be more detailed, and because there's a lot you have to put in with family and friends. So I'm gonna go lay back down because I'm sick, and I'm gonna try to upload this video in a couple hours. So see you guys. See you next Monday. I look forward to all the other weekdays videos. See you.